Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Today is May the 28th, and this is the 47th edition of Book Fun Friday. As always, welcome. The young adult novel I'm going to be talking about today, I love this cover, is titled Beauty Queens, and it's written by the author Libba Bray. I want you to think in terms of this novel, I want you to think of Survivor meets The Truman Show. Except the characters in this book are teenaged girl beauty pageant contestants. So let me tell you about this book. I'm so excited. I have to say it's been a long time since I've read a YA book that made me laugh out loud multiple times while reading it, which I did, reading Beauty Queens, but also made me really feel deeply some moments that really hurt my heart, and also made me think deeply about the messaging that we adults, whomever, give to girls. What kind of messages are girls receiving and absorbing from the adults in their lives? I know we could talk about social media or advertising, and that's certainly part of it as well, but what kind of messages are girls receiving? And as a result of those messages, how are they behaving in kind toward each other, toward the world, about themselves? All of that underlies this story of Beauty Queens. So let me give you some background here then. The book opens, unfortunately, with a plane crash. The plane contains these 50 beauty pageant girls who are flying to this supposed to be this lovely resort to compete in this what's called Miss Teen Dream contest, except they crash along the way. And out of all the people on the plane, only 13 girls survive. So none of the adults survive. The pilots don't, the flight attendants don't, the chaperones, the camera crew, all the people flying together, only 13 girls survive. Well, very quickly, they realize that it's a dire situation and they are going to have to work together in order to survive. Now, this is a first for them. They have trained all of their lives to be competitive, to put other girls down, to get themselves by whatever means ahead of other girls. They can't do that now. They have to come together and work together literally so that they can live. And they do. There are girls in the group who are really knowledgeable of science and environmental things, so they figure out a way to capture fresh drinking water. They figure out a way to catch fish so that they have food to eat. Other girls are really good at building and constructing things, and so they're able to make shelters so that everyone has a place that's protected from the elements. They're in and on a beach and then adjacent to a jungle, and so they need shelter and protection. Other girls are really good at understanding plants and which plants are edible and which are not and what they can do with plants, that kind of thing, that all of them pull their talents together and become this community, which is a first for these girls. And it really changes them. It changes their lives. It changes them individually. It changes them collectively. Throughout the course of the story, you see them growing beyond just aspiring to be beauty queens. All right, so I'm going to share a passage. Now, what's going on in this passage is this. This is about a third of the way into the story. And so they're starting to build community. They're starting to have conversation with one another. They're starting to trust one another. It's still a little awkward, but they're doing it. And they're sitting around this fire one night, and they start talking about things that they miss, of course. But then their conversation goes from funny, silly, giggly little things that they miss to something more important, to something more serious. And then it grows into something that, honestly, I think is a lesson for all of us. And you'll see here in just a moment when I read. I miss showers and shopping, movies, pizza, school. Everyone stared at Shanti when she said school. What? I like school. Me too, said Nicole, and she gave Shanti a fist bump. I miss getting in my car and just driving without anybody telling me what to do or how loud I can play the music or asking if I've practiced piano. I miss practicing piano. I miss my friends. I miss my playlists. I miss my bed, flip-flops, books, basketball. I miss my laptop, frozen yogurt. I miss guys. Oh, I so miss guys. Yeah, Jennifer said dreamily. Sometimes they have nice trucks. I wouldn't want any guys to see me now. My pits are totally tragic. Yeah, my legs are like man hairy. No joke. I thought you'd put on knee socks. The girls screamed with laughter. It was the first time some of them had laughed in days, and it felt good. You guys don't even know about hair trauma. I'm a black woman without her grease. My weave is all kinds of messed up right now, Nicole said. I like it natural, Petra said. My mom would freak out. I got my first relaxer at 5. Ooh, harsh. She wanted me to blend in, Nicole said with a sigh. Have you ever been to Colorado? I think there are like 10 black people in the whole state. You know what I don't miss? I don't miss people looking at me funny. The wind caught the fire when she said that, and it flared. Somewhere in the jungle, an unidentified bird trilled, cawed, and fell silent. I don't miss baton twirling, Brittany said softly, or the teeth bleaching. I don't miss having my dad yell at me for messing up during my talent program. If I make one little mistake, he gets real upset and says, I don't appreciate what he and my mom have sacrificed for me so I can do this, Tiara said. What they've sacrificed? Petra scoffed. That sounds just like my mom, Miss Arkansas said. She's all sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Sometimes I want to say, if you like this so much, why don't you put down the donuts and get up here and sparkle yourself? Miss Montana stared into the fire. Sometimes I just want to go in a room and break things and scream. Like it's so much pressure all the time. And if you get angry or upset, people say, is it your time of the month or something? And it's like I want to say, no, I'm just pissed off right now. Can't I just be pissed off? How come that's not okay for me? Like my dad will say, I can't talk to you when you're hysterical. And I'm totally not being hysterical. I'm just mad. And he's the one losing it. But then I feel embarrassed, so I slap on a smile and pretend everything's okay, even though it's not. Anyway, Miss Montana pasted an embarrassed half smile. Sorry for the rant. Why do you have to be sorry? Nicole asked. Well, I don't know. Why do girls always feel like they have to apologize for giving an opinion or taking up space in the world? Have you ever noticed that? Nicole asked. You go on websites and some girl leaves a post, and if it's longer than 3 sentences or she's expressing her thoughts about some topic, she usually ends with, sorry for the rant, or that may be dumb, but it's how I think. I say sorry all the time. The other day, this lady bumped into me with her grocery cart, and I said I was sorry, Mary Lou said, shaking her head. Shanti raised her hand. I move. We officially ban the word sorry from our vocabularies while we're here. I second that, if that's okay, Petra said, grinning. If not, sorry, I third it. Sorry, I just scratched my nose. Sorry, I just scratched my butt. Sorry. Sometimes I just want to burn down all the rules and start over, Mary Lou said. Everyone waited for the punchline of sorry, but it never came. And again, this book is titled Beauty Queens, and it's written by the author, Libba Bray. Well, you guys, thank you as always. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a happy, safe, restful Memorial Day weekend. And I will see you next Friday for the 48th edition of Book Fun Friday. Bye, y'all.